Shri Sai Satcharita, Chapter 11, Part-1. Sai as Shagun Brahma. There are two aspects of God or Brahma. First, the unmanifested Nirgun, and second, the manifested Shagun. The Nirgun is formless while the Sagun is with form, though both denote the same Brahma. Some prefer to worship the former, some the latter. As stated in the Gita, chapter 13, the worship of the latter is easy and preferable, as man has got a form, body, senses, etc. It is natural and easy for him to worship God with form. Our love and devotion do not develop unless we worship Shagun Brahma for a certain period of time, and as we advance, it leads us to worship meditation of Nirgun Brahma. So, let us start with Shagun worship. Image, altar, fire, light, sun, water, Brahma are the seven objects of worship, but Sadguru is better than all these. Let us on this occasion bring to our mind the form of Sai, who was non attachment, incarnate, and who was a resting place for his devotees. Our faith in his words is the asan, and our sankalp, determination to accomplish the puja, is the abandonment of all our desires. Some way that Sai was a Bhagavad Bhakt, devotee of the Lord. Others say he was a Mahabhagavat, a great devotee, but to us he is God incarnate. He was ever forgiving, never irritable, straight, soft, tolerant, and content beyond comparison. Though he looked embodied as having the form, he was really disembodied, emotionless, unattached, and internally free. The Ganges, on its way to the sea, cools and refreshes the creatures affected with the heat, gives life to the crops and trees, and quenches the thirst of many. Similarly, saints, souls like Sai, while they live their own, give solace and comfort to all. Lord Krishna has said that the saint is my soul, my living image. I am he, or he is my pure form being. This is incredible Shakti or power of God, known as pure existence, knowledge, and bliss, incarnated in the form of Sai in Shirdi. The Shruti Taittiriya Upanishad describes Brahma as pure bliss. This we read or hear daily in the books, but the devout people experience this Brahma or bliss in Shirdi. Baba, the support of all, required no prop or asan from anybody. He always used a piece of sackcloth for his seat, which was covered with a small mattress by his bhaktas, and had a bolster placed by them rest as his back. Baba respected the feelings of his devotees and allowed them to worship him as they liked. Some waved chamar or fans before him, some played on musical instruments, some washed his hands and feet, some others applied scent and chandan, some gave betel nut with leaves, and some others offered nevedya. Though he looked like living in Shirdi, he was present everywhere. This all preservedness of his was daily experienced by his devotees. Our humble prostration to this all pervasive Sadguru. Dr. Pandits Worship. One Dr. Pandit, a friend of Tatya Sahib Nolkar, once came to Shirdi for Baba's darshan. After saluting Baba, he sat in the masjid for some time. Baba asked him to go to Dada Bhatt Kelkar. He went to Dada Bhatt, by whom he was well received. Then Dada Bhatt left his house for puja and Dr. Pandit accompanied him. Dada Bhatt worshipped Baba. Nobody until then dared to apply sandal paste to Baba's forehead. Once Malsapati used to apply it to his neck, but this simple-hearted Dr. Pandit took Dada Bhatt's dish containing puja materials and taking sandal paste out of it drew a tripun, that is, three horizontal lines on Baba's forehead. To the surprise of all, Baba kept silent, not uttering a single word. Then Dada Bhatt, the evening, asked Baba, "How is it that, though you object to sandal paste being applied by others to your forehead, you allowed Dr. Pandit to do so?" Baba replied that Dr. Pandit believed him to be the same as his guru, Raghunath Maharaj of Dhopeshwar, known as Kaka Puranik, and he applied the paste to his forehead, as he was doing this to his guru, hence he could not object. On inquiry, Dr. Pandit told Dada Bhatt that he took Baba as his guru, Kaka Puranik, and realized him as the same, hence he marked the tripund on Baba's forehead, as he did on his guru's. Though Baba allowed devotees to worship him as they pleased, still sometimes he acted in a strange way. Sometimes he threw away the puja dish and was wrath incarnate. Then who could approach him? Sometimes he scolded the devotees. At times he looked softer than wax, a statue of peace and forgiveness. Though he seemed to shake with anger and his red eyes rolled around, still he was internally an ocean of affection and motherly love. He would call out his devotees and say that he never knew when he was ever angry with them. If it was possible that mothers could nick their children and the sea turn back the river, he too could neglect the devotees' welfare. That he, the slave of his devotees, always stood by them and responded to them whenever they called upon him, and that he always longed for their love.